Now, the alchemical procedure that is most commonly known is relating to two distinct ends. One is the creation of the philosopher's stone, and the other is the brewing of the philosophical medicine, the elixir of life. So the stone in itself represents the body of wisdom purified, and the universal medicine represents the soul. The medicine of immortality must be derived from things that have a birth and death within themselves. In other words, the nutrition that is given off may cause the primitive element to be lost, but its power goes on. It does not die, it simply reincarnates on a higher level. For when we take into ourselves basic elements, they are reborn in us, and therefore pass through a process of evolution as they are used by the human being to maintain the economy of life. So in the beginning, the alchemist must find a quiet place to work. He must have his little laboratory. Well, a laboratory in his day was a furnace, a fireplace, a bunch of bottles, and a few old books to guide his way. But to us, the laboratory is actually a body so free from interference and confusion that he can retire into it when he so wills. In other words, the laboratory is his own internal, not his eternal, but his internal. It is that part of himself which is always capable of being reduced to an harmonious situation. The personal life must be basically harmonious. Now, a lot of people feel that this is not possible, that there is no answer to all these grievances and griefs that beset us and affect us. But the alchemist says, you're after the most valuable thing in the world. And if you're hoping to get it, you must earn it. You must make adjustments that will never be required of anyone except for this purpose. So to create a quiet place within the self for the contemplation of the symbols of regeneration, this is very vital. It does not mean, however, that the person has to become a constant celled monk or mysterious acolyte. He does not have to retire from life. He simply has to retire from confusion. He has to reject the idea of confusion within himself. The acceptance of confusion is a form of ignorance. It is not real, but we all are subject to it. But confusion also means waste of energy, waste of time, depletion, an inability in that state to contact a deeper and higher part of ourselves. This we find in our Oriental philosophies in the series of Yoga and Vedanta. Here we find the mystery of the chakras, and the chakras are the seven seals of revelation, and the seven seals of revelation are actually the seven sacred metals of the alchemical transmutation. It's all part of one thing.
Well, where I can take this now after this, I mean, I've covered the cycles. I could pretty much tell you what the religion of the New World Order is as well.
Okay.
Do you want to know that?
I'd love to, share with us.
Basically, if you read in Revelations, chapter 11, verse 12, now a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet. Remember the moon because that symbolises ISIS. And on their head a gown with 12 stars, like the 12 stars of the EU flag. But basically, in Revelations, it refers to the breaking of the seven seals. Right? In the main prophecies for Chilam, a high priest, in 1560, there was a prophecy written about the arrival of Christianity and the arrival, this was like the end of the Mayan calendar prophecies and sorts. And he said, there the masters of our souls arrived, there the counties were distributed to their chiefs. There we began to learn the holy faith, there water began to enter our heads. There were laid the foundations of the high church, the palace of God. There the principle of the seven sacraments were founded. So seven again, seven seals in Revelation, seven sacraments in the main prophecies. And I do Reiki, so I know what the seven are, and the seven chakras. Seven sacraments, seven chakras, same word, same thing to me.
Yeah.
And as a confirmation of that, on my blog, there's some more deciphering of imagery. And if you have an issue of the UK passport from 1998, I think that's when mine was issued, there's an image of the rose, the thistle, and the daffodil, which are the flowers of England, Scotland, and Wales. But as I've said, these images have two meanings, and they have two, they have a duality. And this image that no one knows what it is, it's on a page called Reserved for Observations Only, with the number 11 on the page. It's basically showing a diagram of the chakra system. And you correlate that because basically the heart chakra lines up with an image of a heart, and the solar plexus chakra lines up with an image of the sun. So basically you've got this thing, but even more concerning, or not concerning, on the root chakra and the crown chakra, it's signed with an inverted pentagram.
Really?
So yeah, so you think about that, there's an inverted pentagram on your crown chakra and your root chakra. I don't know what that's symbolically saying, but it's obviously involving spiritualism.
Yeah.
And if this is in the UK passport, I mean, beyond me that our government have ever acknowledged the chakras.